Hey guys, it's Charlie from Project 7 Arts, and this is a tutorial for Project 7 Arts from me. This tutorial will be showing you how to do gradients, which is in this text right here, gradient overlays, and pattern overlays, which are on this text right here. I'll also be showing you how to do similar shadows to this. If we go on Photoshop, all my backgrounds that you will see will be in this format. 1 500 width pixels, 2 500 height pixels, and 200 pixels an inch resolution. And I zoom in 30. There we go. It's easy to scroll down and up. And I'll just be putting a plain grey background. Kind of light one. And then I'll be putting some text in. The text I use is Adobe right now. It's my favorite text at the moment. Project 7 Designs. Okay. First, I'll be showing you how to do gradient overlays. We're going to double click right hand side of the text box right there and click on gradient overlay. Go to that. Right then, you have a black gradient overlay, black and white. And you can drag it wherever you want. But I usually just use this. That's if you have red text, you can put red to black or red to white. Right now, since I have white text, it'll be grey, or dark grey, darker than the background, but not too dark. I usually like to do it halfway. You can change the angle of it to. I like to keep mine 90. There. And we've got a good gradient overlay. But something that looks good with a gradient overlay is a stroke or an outline. You can have a black outline, that looks quite good. But I like to have a darker than the background grey outline. That it looks blendable kind of thing. See what I mean? Size 3, you can level the size. And if you want to do like a cartoony kind of thing, put about that size. Looks quite good. Or if you just want to do a regular one, I suggest size 4, which is quite good. I use size 3 on most of my backgrounds, but size 4 seems reasonably good. Yeah, that's gradient overlay done. Quite fast. And we're going to take those off, and we're going to click on pattern overlay. This is one of the defaults. If you're going to use it, I suggest using it in about scale 5, probably. You can see it. It's basically just color right then. Maybe if you want to do it size 3, looks reasonably well with dots. But you can download pattern overlays too, and I've downloaded this one. That is thank you, Lewis, far too artsy, for lending me this. I'm not gonna. He did say to keep it secret, so I'm not gonna keep that promise. I only give it to like colleagues. But yeah, and you can also put a stroke in. Make sure it's scale 1 if you do that sort of textile background. Click on a stroke. Like I said, no black for me, but a darker grey. Looks bendable. Move it around. And if you already did that and you don't know how to flip it or anything, if you press Control T, that'll bring it back to a box. You can flip it around like that, maybe like that, or like that, and just click this again and apply. There we go. Now I'm going to show you how to do shadows, like I said. Oh. Delete that. Yes. Okay. Shadows. Okay. We've got that. White text again. And we do the same thing. Double click. And we go to drop shadow. Right then you have a default shadow, which is an angle of 120. You can use that, but I'm not particularly a fan of that, in my opinion. Thank you, Lewis, again for teaching me this. Especially my mentor. And you want to get the opacity at 100 and the distance at 0. You can also do that if you want to do, if you have any 3D text that you want to level out. But I like to keep them at 0. And you level out the spread and the size. Always make sure the size is bigger than the spread, otherwise it just mucks up. And there we've got some pretty decent text. And now we're gonna mix it up again, like how I taught you before. Put gradient overlay, level it out, pattern overlay, scale 1, and opacity down. There we go. Everything you've learnt into that. That is, in my opinion, some pretty sick text. If we zoom in a bit, at 60, let's say, you can see the lines right there, the gradient and the shadow all mixed in. And in the whole, it's pretty good. If you want to add a stroke to that as well, black, that looks pretty good. But like I said, I don't use that. And if you also use stroke, always make sure it's darker than the inside text. Otherwise it just looks gay again. Yeah, and there we go. This is Charlie from Project 7 Designs. Or Project Arts. And I'm out. See you guys.